Hello YouTube, this is Giga here, and welcome back to another Python tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about some more list functions, but I'm going to show you some methods for the list, because the list is a class in Python, and then it would be a method. Like I said in the classes tutorial, any function inside a class is called a method. So, I'm going to show you some methods that can make your lists a whole lot more useful, and hopefully you learn something. So let's define a list first of all. My list equals 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then let's say later on we decided that we wanted to add a 60 to the list. Well, we can't just say my list and what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, excuse me. That's 4. The next value is going to be 5. It's going to be the fifth value. We can't just say my list 5 equals 60, because we're going to get an error, because that value does not exist and we cannot assign it that value. So you're thinking, well, how do we actually add a value to a list? And the way you do it is you say my list.append 60, and that basically just gets the value you put in here and shoves it on the end of your list. It just shoves it on the back, so it puts it on in the next available space. So here it will be the fourth. This is the fourth index. This will put it at the fifth index. You can say my list. In fact, let's print my list dot, or my list not dot, 5, and it's 60. 4 is 50. 3 is 40. 2 is 30. 1 is 20, and 0 is 10. Now, if we print out the fifth value here, it's 60, but if we say my list.pop and then we try to print this, then we're going to get an error. Why is this? Well, what pop does is pops something off the end of the array, of the list. So it pops off the highest index in the list. So it'll pop off the value in the list. How would you explain it? The value that is at the very end of the list, that is the last value added, the last value in the list. Whenever you call pop, it pops that off, it deletes it, it gets rid of it, so that it doesn't exist. But if we say 4, it will still say 50. Now, say you want to insert something at a specific index. Well, to do that, you would use the insert method. Now, if you try to insert something at an index greater than the current maximum index, it's just going to insert it at the next possible index. So if you try to insert something at index 7, but right now the maximum is index 5, then it's just going to insert it at index 6, because that's the next one that it knows, which can be handy, but it could also be annoying in some cases. So let's just show you what my list.insert does. My list.insert, it takes the index that we want to insert something in. Now it could be an already existing index, such as index, let's say 2, and then the object we want to insert, say, so 0, 1, 2, it's 30. So we want to have this as 70. Print my list dot, or not dot, I keep doing that. 2 is 70, but if we say here it's 30 and then it's 70. And then let's say my list dot append, say we want to insert 30. Now our list is in the complete wrong order, because my list 1, it's 10, then it's 20, 30, 40, 50, and then here we print my list to the second index. So the third value in the list is 30. But then here we replace it with 70. And then here we append 30 on the end. So this is 70 and this is 30. Now that's in the complete wrong order. Say for whatever reason we need our list to be in order, like in numerical order. Well, to do that, what we say is my list dot sort, and that sorts everything in the list. So then if we print my list, I can't type today. My list 2, it's 30 again, and my list 6 is 70. So everything is in the correct order. Say you want to remove something in your list, but not at a specific index, but a specific value. And you don't want it, say it's not just the last value in the list, say it's somewhere random in the list. Well, to do this we would say my list dot remove, and say we want to remove 20. Well, here let's print my list, that would be the first index, and then here we would say print my list 1. Here it would be 20, but then we remove 20, and then 30 becomes the next, it becomes the first value in the list, or the second index, the first index, it becomes the first index in the list, if that makes any sense. I already showed you how to sort things in a list in numerical order. Say you want to reverse everything in a list. Say you want to reverse the list, not necessarily in numerical order, but just in general. Say you want to say, instead of going 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, you want to be 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. Instead of doing all that legwork yourself using some jiggery pokery, what you can do is you can say my list dot reverse. Up here, if we say print my list and we say 0, it'll print 10. But if we go up here and we say my list 0, it should be 50, because everything is in reverse order. Just as some extra information, if you'd like to know about my Sublime Text setup, ignore this ignore packages part. This is all the stuff that I have set up currently. I know whenever I'm watching a tutorial, sometimes I'll think, gee, I wonder what setup he's using. What are all his preferences? Or her preferences. And here, I just want to show you, I'm using Sublime Text, and I'm using color scheme default twilight.tm theme. I'm using the Consolas font with a font size of 18 and a tab size of 4. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you found it useful, please do leave it a like and subscribe to support the channel. Share it with your friends if you think that this might help them out. If they're getting into Python programming and they don't know where to start, be sure to recommend this tutorial series if you think that they will find it useful. But yeah, that's it for this tutorial. My name is Sonic2kk, and I will see you in the next tutorial.